Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 BMW 330i. This model is finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic, and the MSRP is just over $54,000. We have a few additional packages for this particular model, as well as a very beautiful interior. So let's start off with what powers the 330i. Underneath the hood is the 2-liter twin power turbo 4-cylinder engine. It is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. This is rear-wheel drive. 0 to 60 is going to be just under 5 seconds. It weighs in right around 3,700 pounds, has a top speed of 156. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 25 miles per gallon in the city and 34 out on the highway. So if you're looking for a smaller size sedan, but you want some performance to it, this is a great option to go with. Now, one of the packages is the M Sport, so it provides it with the gloss black. Interesting to see that the grille is not finished off in gloss black, but a very nice brushed aluminum. There's a forward-facing camera, active grille shutters just behind that, and a very nice set of LED headlights with the DRLs and turn signals. Now, there's also sensors in the lower section, as well as some cutouts on the far ends to provide better airflow, and then even more gloss black for those trim accents. And then some nice lines that come down the hood just to finish it up. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a really nice set of 19-inch wheels. The brake calipers are not painted, which is another interesting thing to see. We have a great two-tone design for those wheels. Power folding side mirrors, again with a two-tone design, turn signal, and a camera. This has a sunroof up top, and then all the window trim is blacked out too. There's some very nice lines that run in the lower section there. It just gives it a great look for this smaller size BMW. Now in back, this has a very small body colored spoiler. There's the backup camera with all the sensors, dark housings for those LED taillights, more gloss black in the lower diffuser, as well as that dual exhaust, which you can also start up. So simply just triple tap on that lock button. It's not all that loud, so it's very hard to hear, of course. And then just triple tap that button again, and you can shut that off as needed. Now, you can also use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath to gain access to the trunk, where being the 3 Series, it still has an ample amount of space. You can fold down these back seats. There's no storage underneath the floor, but there's some bins on both sides to give you a little bit more practicality. So it is nice for its size and what you're able to do. Now, as we work our way to the back seats, this does have the proximity door handles, so you can unlock it. And paired with the Brooklyn Gray, we have the Tacora red leather. Very nice to see. So there's two-tone on the door panel, brushed aluminum, interior lighting, storage in the lower section too. And then at 5'10", I actually have a decent amount of space. Now, there's no storage pockets behind both front seats. There's vents in the middle with some temperature adjustments, some auxiliaries. I have about a ½ inch or so of space above my head. And then there's also the armrest with 2 cup holders, and you can even fold down this middle seat if you need a little bit more space. So for being on the smaller end, it's still usable if you don't need a large vehicle. Now, the front door panel is finished just like in the rear. There's all the memory seating controls, even the trunk release, window adjustments, even storage too. And then the power operated front seats have some very nice lateral support to them. There is one manual adjustment for the front leg support there. And then once we hop in, we have the solid M Sport steering wheel. It is heated. Cruise controls on the left side. Right side, there's volume tuning as well as Bluetooth and voice commands. And then we have the paddle shifters as well. But let's start this back up. We can go through the digital gauge cluster now, where we will use this center button right here to view this information. So this is the current layout. If we go into content now, we can actually scroll through a lot of information. It just depends on what you'd like to see. So we have a few vitals that are pretty important to have front and center. And then we can scroll over to layout and change how we would like to see that. So it's nice just depending on how you want to view that. And the last one is for the head-up display. There's a few different settings, again, just depending on what you'd like to see, and you can hide all of that away and just have the miles per hour and the speed limit sign. Now on the left side, there's all the headlight adjustments along with one air vent. And then right in the middle, we have a large screen to go through the rest of this information. You can easily swipe through this. You can add and rearrange as needed. And then on this left side, that's how you can get into your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of your climate adjustments, interior lighting. You have a lot that you can quickly get through. And then also on this left side, there's some shortcuts to get into your nav, music, and your phone. And then you can also quickly get into the heated seats as well as your AC adjustments. Temperature dials are also easily accessible, which is really nice. Now there's a beautiful wood trim accent underneath that with all the brushed aluminum, power and volume for the radio as well as tuning, and then defrosters. And you can actually open up this lid where there's wireless charging in the back as well as auxiliaries and cup holders. And then you can even use this system with all the controls down below. So if you don't want to use it as a touchscreen system, it makes it very easy to quickly reach all of this, especially while you are driving. Now on this left side, there's traction control, a shortcut to the camera system, parking sensors, and the engine start-stop. And if we put this into reverse, this has the 360 camera system, so you can quickly go through all of this, get all the angles that you need, just depending on the situation that you are in. There's also another top-down view that you can easily get to. If you put this into drive and then push on that button, now you can pull up the forward-facing camera in full screen. Pull on it one more time, that allows you to go into sport mode, so you can use those paddles. Park is on the back side of that, and then there's also a few different driving modes that you can get into. So there's sport, as well as normal or comfort, and then eco is the last one. Auto hold and the e-brake are behind that, and then there's some storage in the center with an auxiliary, and then the glove box too that has a good bit of space. Up top, there's the dome lights, as well as the controls for the sunshade and the sunroof, as those are both power operated. And then here's a look at visibility over both shoulders. For the smaller size that this is, it is very open feeling and easy to see. And with it in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And a mild acceleration, we're up to speed. Very impressive to see that. And like I said, we are in sport mode, so you can dial back down into eco if you'd like. And it still allows you to use these paddle shifters. However, with eco mode, it is going to limit your throttle response, but that was still pretty impressive. So it really just depends on how you're driving for the day. And the handling, again, for not being the M version, it handles very well for normal driving speeds on roads like this. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel. For the 330i, brakes do a great job as well, slowing this down. But we have a nice interior. I really like the layout of everything for this particular model. And again, it's on the smaller size, but everything just fits well with this. Very easy to see all around, so you can easily place this. And I don't really have anything negative to say about it. Comment down below if you own a 3 Series BMW. Is there anything that you don't like about the vehicle? Obviously, if you own one, they are going to be very minor. Not every car is going to be perfect, so I'm sure there's something in here that is not going to be up to par, but it's going to be very, very minor. And I can't think of anything. Like I said, I own a BMW myself. I have an X5, so kind of similar to this. And I can't really pick anything apart with it. So if you're looking for kind of that entry-level BMW sedan, this is a great option to go with. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 BMW 330i. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.